Many people associate opera as cultural entertainment for the elite. But a San Francisco Bay Area school teacher and playwright decided that opera was a perfect art form for children. Children? Yes, ERIN BREOMAN felt opera, with its collaborative process and high drama, is just right for the little ones. And so the Little Opera was born. The children involved in the program are in charge of every aspect of production, from designing costumes to supervising adults as they build sets to writing the songs and finally singing and acting in the final performance. Along the way, the little performers and their adult helpers are learning some important life lessons.
The process of creating an opera is almost the hugest thing you could ever undertake. Because it's everything. It's writing, it's storytelling, it's acting, it's singing, it's writing lyrics, it's doing costume design, it's doing set design, it's rehearsing, it's performing, it's choreographing. I started working as a teaching artist for the San Francisco Opera in schools during the school day, writing opera with kids, and it was fantastic, and the stuff they were coming up with was incredible and engaging and mysterious and weird, and their music was getting stuck in my head. And I thought, well, what if we had a theater company where everything was written by kids? And I thought, kids are better at singing than they are just like standing up on a stage and speaking, so why not an opera company where everything was written by kids? I think that the high drama of opera fits perfectly with when you're a kid. Almost every day is like the best day you've ever had or the worst day you've ever had, or like the person that you love the most in the world, the person you can't stand the most in the world.
Today is what they call a building day. It's costume making, and so the children have designed costumes for the opera they wrote. And so in this particular opera, there's queens and princesses and warriors, and so they're making the costume. And there's volunteer seamstresses that are here sewing and helping them make reality from their imagination.
My favorite thing is it's not like normal opera, not class opera. The kids are like in charge of the opera, and the adults are there just to help.
I feel okay, but it just would be like itchy. Yeah. How about we wear a dress under that's silver or whatever color you want?
Oh, so we're gonna do a dress and a coat?
Yeah.
You guys are gonna put me to work, huh?
How do we teach it to children? We break the process down. So we put it into bite-sized chunks, and we start with the process of creating a story, what goes into story creation.
And then we might have one on this side and one on that side, so you have 3 different sides to your scenery.
And then to that we say to them, okay, well now we need to make these words more exciting. We need to heighten the language to turn it into an opera libretto. So we get them to brainstorm how do the people feel as opposed to what's just happening in the story. And it's hilarious to see the drama that comes out. We talk to them in terms that they would understand, so we translate the music concepts and we turn it on its head, so they don't necessarily have to have all the skills that a composer would have to be creative. We encourage them to be creative, and then we help them with the skills that they need to get there. So we're more like mentors to their creation process with composition.
Oh, Mistress Sadie, she was a lady, she had a daughter who I adore.
I think my son really enjoys the fact that he is free to use his imagination.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday afternoon at 4:30.
He liked opera, like traditional opera, before the program. And then when he started in the program, I think he was expecting to find something like that, but what he found was so much better.
Ticka, 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 cha, 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 cha.
I never imagined that they could learn so much about themselves and about working as a team.
I think there are some children who come with an idea that they're not going to be able to do something very well, and that they're very shy and they don't necessarily like giving their ideas in a group setting. And it takes a while. We talk a lot about team building and collaborating and give and take between each of them. And sometimes you have to work with a partner to go with an idea that you're not necessarily thrilled or 100% excited about.
No, I'm fine. Don't listen to my other side.
We talk a lot about constructive criticism and giving good feedback, and how would you say to somebody that you didn't like their idea necessarily, that you weren't going to hurt their feelings?
I'm 1, you guys are 2, I'm 3, and you guys are 4, and it goes like this. You need to mirror me. So 1, 2, 3,
4.
1,
2,
3, 4. Oh, you got that one. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You look hilarious.
I think it'll help me be more friendly and less scared of the world.
It's kind of amazing to watch them develop that skill set, because in the beginning, as you might imagine, you would have kids saying, no, I don't like that idea, it's not my idea, why didn't my idea get in? And a little bit later, as they learn more and they work more together, especially once the kids have done it for a year or 2 years, you'll hear them saying things like, building on Asha and Sebastian's idea, I want to combine these two things but also change something, which is the kind of conversation that just blows me away when you realize that it's 6, 7, 8, 9-year-olds having them.
That's my butler's shirt. And you can have, like, that Bugs Beetle thing. Then you look like a cuckoo bird. Does it tickle you? No.
Opera for me is magic. It's a story in 3 hours. It's like reading a book in 3 hours. But the fabulous thing is, you have a story with music, you have a story with passion, you have a story with a set, you have a story with emotions. And the fabulous thing is the interpretation, the musicians, the music, the set, the costumes. Opera is alive.
That's it for this week. Join the conversation with us on social media. We are CCTV America on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. All of tonight's interviews can be found online at cctv-america.com. And let us know what you'd like us to take full frame next. Email us at fullframe@cctv-america.com. Until then, I'm Mike Waldner, Los Angeles. We'll see you next time.